We've just landed in Palau, a sovereign republic in the western Pacific east of the Philippines and north of New Guinea. This tiny archipelago is one of those places that is both incredibly remote and absolutely worth the journey. We started our visit in the rainforest. Tourism in Palau is mainly orientated around diving, so coming here was the best antidote to a long journey. Dense, humid, full of amazing plants, and mostly empty of people, it was the best place to unwind. These are the Ngardmau Falls on the big island, Babeldaob. They're Palau's tallest and widest waterfalls. Getting to them is pretty specky, following a path through the forest along these old train tracks from the 1930s, remnants of phosphate mining now completely reclaimed by the forest. The thing about Palau is, everywhere you look, there's this intersection between natural beauty and human history, and it hits different when you realise how much the jungle has taken back. From the waterfalls to the coast, this is a World War II era Japanese lighthouse at the northernmost tip of the big island. Ruined but still standing after 18 years. Palau was a strategic battleground during World War II and has been occupied by Japanese and then American forces, and the scars of that conflict, they're everywhere. These are the Babeldaob, stone monoliths in Ngaalong. Nobody really knows who built them or why, but they're thought to have been quarried from basalt formations a few kilometers away and dated to as old as 160 AD, possibly as the foundations of a large meeting house or as a ceremonial platform. What we do know is that they're heavy, some weighing many tons, so moving them without modern equipment would have been a monumental effort. We finally headed out on the water in Palau's famous rock islands. Our original plan was to scuba dive. We even brought our scuba gear, but the kayaking, snorkeling and land-based activities were so engaging and the landscape so stunning that we dived precisely 0 times. Our first kayak trip was through Risong Bay, where the water is often so clear that you can see straight to the bottom even in deep areas. Steep limestone ridges and mushroom-shaped islets erupt from the water everywhere, covered in thick rainforest and edged in a variety of different mangrove trees. Not to mention nepenthes, the beloved tropical pitcher plants that I study. Add technicolor corals, wrecks from the war, and a bay full of moon jellyfish. There's a lot to enjoy as a nature lover. We recover for a day doing a World War II tour of Palau, covered in a separate video, before jumping back on our kayaks in Nico Bay. Like Risong Bay, this place is also in the Rock Islands, extremely scenic, maybe less idyllic than Risong, but with even more impressive corals and wrecks, including landing craft and parts of World War II bombers, submerged in just a few feet of clear water. These metal skeletons from a time of bloody violence are now habitats. It's hard to reconcile the grim reality of war with the serenity all around. But that serenity was short-lived as the first bands of rain from super typhoon Fangwong passed over our heads. At that point, it was a rapidly growing tropical storm, not yet the monster it was to become. It sent us from blue skies to menacing grey in just moments, a change punctuated by gale-force winds and driving downpours, and only minutes after they came, they receded, as they would continue to do for the remainder of our stay, such was the vast size of the thing. And then the aquarium. Small but well looked after, including a display about the various mangrove trees protecting Palau's coastline, a handful of marine tanks, but even a pressurized tank containing 3 nautiluses, deep-sea cephalopods that are the only living representatives of the nautiloidea, a lineage that dates back more than 500 million years. Most of us will never see one of these alive, so encountering these was pretty special. So that's our whirlwind tour of Palau. Waterfalls, forest trails, kayaking and relics of war, coupled with incredibly warm people with a fascinating history. It's small, tranquil and a wonderful place to lose yourself in exploration, which is exactly what makes it worth visiting.